Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rev Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche, welcoming you to the Gold Dome on the campus of Santa Maria High School for tonight's District 5-5A girls basketball game between the East Ascension Lady Spartans and the Santa Maria Lady Gators. When we come back from the break, the coach, David Swacker, will be joining us, and we'll go through the coaches, the starting lineups, and the opening tip. So we got a lot to cover. We'll be right back. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, a powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Moments away from the opening tip between East Ascension and Santa Maria girls basketball. Jeff Porsche with David Swacker here tonight. And, Coach, let's talk about the head coaches in tonight's game. You have Dennis Chandler going up against Bianca Harvey.
Well, you have Coach Chandler been with the Lady Spartans for a number of years. Has a state championship win to his credit, along with his girls, and doing an outstanding job. I think they are 9-9 on the year.
Yes.
And Bianca Harvey, just in the coaching business a few years, but boy, is coming on strong with the Lady Gators in her third year. She is 61-25, and this year she got the Lady Gators rolling with a 20-5 record.
Right, and the trademark of her teams is very aggressive defense, just very aggressive team, full court pressure, and we expect to see some of that tonight from the Lady Gators. But first, let's talk about the starting lineups for tonight's game, and let's begin by talking about the visiting team, East Ascension, the Lady Spartans. Their starters for tonight's game, you're going to see right there, Gia Metz, number 4, Kiera Lynn Irvin, number 23, number 25, Aaliyah Weems, number 30, Paris Simon, and number 33, Kennedy Mitchell. And now let's go to the starters on the Santa Maria side, and you see number 4, Renaya Guillory, and then Hallie Heidel, number 10, Denia Thornton, 15, Taylor Shields, 20, and J.C. Coleman, number 25. And one of the things that stands out from both of these lineups, Coach, is you got a lot of veterans. You have 3 seniors starting on both sides here tonight.
And for the Spartans, senior-wise, Gia Metz, Carolyn Irvin, and Paris Simon, just 3 seniors. Then on the Lady Gators, you have five seniors, Haley Heidel, Anna Ricka, Denia Thornton, Taylor Shields, and Crya Bake, where you be 5 seniors at.
So this is the start of District 5-5A girls basketball, and so there's 3 games that are taking place tonight. We'll look right now at the overall records as they go into district play. Walker is a dominant team this season, 21-1. Denham Springs right behind them at 20-2. Santa Maria right there in the top 10 in the power ratings at 20-5. Dutchtown is at 20-7 right now. Live Oak 10-8, and East Ascension is at 9-9. So everybody has 500 or better in district play, and of course the district play begins tonight. And so let's look at the games on the schedule here tonight. And of course you have the game here, East Ascension and Santa Maria, and then over at Dutchtown you have Walker taking on Dutchtown, and then the Livingston Parish game, Denham Springs at Live Oak. But we just finished the district play on the soccer side. Now we go to the district play on the basketball side, Coach.
And you have to remember there's a lot of things going on, just like in the fall sports. You just don't have football and volleyball going on. You have cross country and swimming, and now in the winter you have powerlifting, which is coming on strong in the LHSAA. You have girls and boys basketball, and so a lot of other sports other than what you would consider maybe some of your main sports going on throughout the LHSAA calendar year.
Now, as far as the district goes, you saw the records, and right now when you kind of want to do a sneak preview or some predictions on where you're going in district play, you're probably going to go with what you have right there. I think that district play will look very similar to the overall records, as Walker is a clear favorite in the district as they're number 1 in the state, and they're playing so well. But right behind them you have Denham Springs and Santa Maria that are vying for second place in district play, and those 2 teams look to be 2 and 3 right now as far as district goes. Dutchtown started out really strong, but they have a big setback right now. Their leading scorer, Nia Miller, is out, and she will not be playing right now, and so their district record may not be as strong as their regular season record to start. And then you have the other 2 teams, and of course you have EA right there who's fighting for a playoff spot right now, and then you have Live Oak who's gonna be in the running as well for a playoff spot, as all 6 teams are in a position to take a potential playoff spot in this 32-team.
Well, I'm going to just tell
playoff.
you, what we've done here in the past here, Jeff, is I think the last 2 years, either the Santa Monica Lady Gators have had to play Walker in about the second, or I think it was the second round or maybe the third round of the playoffs. And I'm going to just tell you, if you're not up to stuff with what's going on in girls and boys basketball, Walker is like the king of the crop, girls and boys put together.
Yes.
State-wise. I mean, they are outstanding. As one guy told me, he says, all of their skilled people in football play basketball, and that's their number one people. And in girls basketball, they're a proven fact of what they've done. And I think on a state level, they've both won state championships in recent years.
So we are just about ready for the starting lineups and the national anthem. Good crowd here tonight. You can see on the far side, that's where most of the Gator Nation is sitting. And behind us, you can't really see them, but there's a good crowd representing East Ascension as well. And we'll probably hear them as the game goes on. So both teams are kind of breaking their huddles right now. And you see on the left, the Lady Gators, they're going to be wearing their white jerseys. And on the right side, they just went to the bench. You have East Ascension, and they'll be wearing their dark jerseys. They'll be wearing the blue tonight. So now here we go as we're getting ready to go straight to the opening tip.
And I think Coach Harvey has had Coach Chandler's number here in the last couple of years. Really doing an outstanding job with the Santa Monica Lady Gators.
So we have the tip coming. And on the East Ascension side, you have Kennedy Mitchell. And then on the Santa Monica side, you have numbered as a goal right away, an early basket as it's 2-0. And so Santa Monica starts right away with a basket, and we have the over and back, and so a turnover for the Lady Spartans. So now we have, of course, Denia Thornton, one of their best players, running the show for the Lady Gators over to Heidel. Now down low, and they're going to call it travel as Coleman could not keep possession of the ball, and so it'll be Lady Spartan possession with 7:26 left to go.
Well, check that. Ryan Comrie is your starter in place of Brianna Gilry.
Yes, so there's a couple of changes as you're absolutely correct. Guillory will be playing in that center position, and Denia Thornton will be.
And Shields was your scorer of that first bucket.
Okay. First quarter, 7:10 left to go, and we have an aggressive foul out of bounds as Thornton pushed out by
Irving.
Kiera Lynn Irvin. Kiera Lynn Irvin, the homecoming queen for East Ascension High School, and I had the privilege to interview her during that game, and she's a great leader for this team. And a three-pointer from Heidel, no good. Rebound, scores J.C. Coleman, and it's 4-0.
Coleman brought that ball up directly over her head. Nice shot, good steal, and right here to Thornton.
And she gets an easy two, and it's very quickly 6-0.
And you saw Thornton coming in from that left side. Sometimes you get a little nervous about that, but she is a left-hander.
And this is what you see, aggressive defense as a steal by Thornton. That's kind of the trademark of these Bianca Harvey teams. As you know, have a drive down the baseline, no good from Shields. And now here comes East Ascension, and shot no good, no whistle. Shot by Irvin, no good, and then it goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Lady Spartans. So Kiera Lynn Irvin got under the basket, kind of got herself in trouble there. Shot no good, but it goes out. And now the Lady Spartans maintain possession. And the shot is good. And it's 6-3 as a three-pointer for the Lady Spartans.
And I think that was Irvin, Carolyn Irvin, with the three-pointer.
So Carolyn Irvin making her presence known.
Heidel running the show up top.
Now you have Coleman back to Thornton. Kind of trying to set a pick, and then they get it down low. Shot, no good. The blocking foul, and so freshman in the starting lineup today. That's Ryan
Comrie.
Yes, Comrie, excuse me. As she shoots and first free
Well,
throw is in.
Comrie on the winning side of the JV game, which was 29-26, and not as successful as she was from the free throw line as she is at the start of tonight's game.
And East Ascension gets through the pressure very easily. It's 8-3 as the shot goes down low to Mitchell. And a shot by Irvin, no good, blocked, and they get it to the wing, and a shot no good, and a shot back up. And a Lady Gator rebound, and
Foul on 23.
I believe that's going to be Irvin with a second foul. She may need to go to the bench here.
Trying to get a steal right there. The right move, but just got a little bit too aggressive there, Jeff.
Right, and so number 21 comes in, Chancey Molland. And Thornton will run the offense. And now to go over to Heidel, and she will shoot the three and score, and it's 11-3.
Heidel's shot right there is, Joe Dean used to say, nothing but net.
A little contact, but no foul. Full court pressure, of course. And a travel as Heidel with the strong defense forces a turnover.
Well, good job right there. Strong defense without fouling after making that successful three-point attempt.
So Heidel, offense and defense. And now she has the ball, goes down low, and it's stolen. But it's stolen right back, and will they be able to keep it in? And they do not. It's going to go out of bounds off of Coleman. And so we have a timeout, and we'll keep it here. And why don't we talk about East Ascension and the Lady Spartans as we look at their District 5-5A schedule. And, of course, tonight they start at Sanamaw. And they get the tough games right away. They have Sanamaw, Walker, and Denham Springs back to back to back. And then they're going to finish out their district schedule at Live Oak and at Dutchtown. So that's a tough schedule for them.
Well, I think, and you talked about the Dutchtown situation. But, you're going to look at any one of these. It is a heck of a basketball district. And I know when, the people in Ascension Parish and Livingston Parish were pushing for this district to be combined with the Ascension Parish and Livingston Parish teams. A lot of people think just football.
Right.
But there's basketball is huge. And both girls and boys, and track in the spring, baseball and softball in the spring. So a lot of good things coming out of this district.
And a turnover right there from the Lady Spartans.
Well, the Gators with 11-3 lead. Coming out full speed, and Thornton to the goal.
And she'll step back, and the jumper good. And it's a 10-point lead for the Lady Gators halfway through this first quarter.
Well, Thornton doing a good job shooting from the right side. I remember most of the games we did last year, last couple of years, she was always shooting from the left side with that left hand and very successful at it.
And lots of turnovers. This is what we talked about, that aggressive defense. And you're seeing lots of turnovers caused by the Lady Gators defense as they lead 13-3 in the first quarter. This is Heidel. And now the pass stolen. And here comes a one-on-one situation to the basket. And the layup is good by number 33. That's Kennedy Mitchell for East Ascension. And it's 13-5. Now Heidel running things and gets it down low to Thornton. That's beautiful right there.
Good. Two female working together on a give and go right there. And Heidel was right there with the pass.
But Metz comes back and answers with a baseline jumper, and it's 15-7. Swack now with inside of 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And you have a one-and-one situation. No, not a one-and-one situation yet.
And so this is Thornton, and she'll try the three. The long three, and it's just nothing but net. 18-7, and Denia Thornton having an outstanding
I guarantee
first
there's a worn-out spot over there for her the last 3 years.
And that's a couple of feet behind the perimeter. So that was a long three that just went nothing but net. And now East Ascension pass inside, and they keep it. There's nets on the floor, but she travels.
In that situation, Jeff, you can go to the floor and get a ball. You can't go to the floor with the ball in possession, but you cannot maneuver to avoid conflict with a defensive player. That's walking.
Well, Heidel, and now another nice pass to Thornton. She loses it off her hip, and then a jumper good from J.C. Coleman, and it's 20-7.
I see both teams. It looks like both teams are shooting the ball well. East Ascension just not getting many shots off.
And it's give and go back and a layup.
Boy, you love that team basketball right there.
And Heidel, look at the replay.
Watch the replay
right
here. Give and go. Doesn't come down to the floor. And nice head of hair right there, which I don't have.
And turnover again. So many turnovers caused by the Lady Gators defense. Coach Harvey stresses that, and that's what we were expecting here tonight, a strong defense. And East Ascension down 15 in the first. And now there's Thornton with the baseline jumper off balance. No good, no foul. Offensive rebound up and no good from Shields. Or make that Coleman, excuse me. And another steal. And she goes up, and now we'll go to the line as Thornton is fouled by number 30, Paris Simon, and she'll shoot two with 58.8 left.
Well, Thornton looks like she's gained a few pounds since her middle school days, and that's all these high school kids that do that. And the big thing is she looks a lot stronger than what she was in earlier years of high school.
First shot off the front rim, no good. 22-7. Second shot, no good. Misses both. And the rebound will go to East Ascension. As Simon had it, but was bumped and goes out. He's pointing toward East Ascension ball. Yes, okay, Simon looked like she was getting ready to play defense.
A full court press right here.
And this is what you see from this Santa Monica defense, and it's out of bounds, and it stays blue possession for 47.8. So now Simon will run the show for the Lady Spartans. This here guarded by Thornton. Left side, baseline, stops and steps on the line. And another turnover. 36.7 left to go in the first. Impressive first quarter from the leaders on this Santa Monica offense. Heidel, and Thornton. Of course, you can't forget about Coleman as well. And here comes Thornton, the layup, no good. And she gets the save and misses again. And 12 seconds left to go. East Ascension will hurry, get one final shot, possibly. 6-5, and there's Metz in the corner. She'll shoot, and it's good. That's a two-pointer as the quarter ends. So at the end of the first, it's 22-9. Santa Maria with the lead. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week. And it's 22-9. Santa Maria with the lead over East Ascension. Jeff Porsche and David Swack with girls district basketball beginning tonight here at the Gold Dome. And Coach Swacker, this defense by the Lady Gators has just set the tone for the game here tonight.
Well, you get two results, and this is exactly what you want to do if you're coaching the Lady Gators. The first result is you're getting turnovers, and the second you're getting steals and some easy buckets.
And it's possession by the Lady Spartans, and it goes out off of a defender on the Lady Gator side, so they will keep possession under the basket. Throw in. Metz looking for somebody, running out of time, and it's stolen, but it's out of bounds. So Heidel tried to get the steal, unsuccessful. And Metz will throw it in once again. And gets it over to Simon. And they'll run the offense from the free throw line. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound and a foul. And I believe that's going to be on the Lady Gators, number 21 on the Lady Spartans, as that's Chancey Molland. As hard contact. I believe that was contact on Comrie. And so 13-point lead. And Comrie, you talked about her earlier, Swack. She starts on both sides here tonight, JV and varsity.
And she's just a freshman.
And you see her right there hitting the ground, and she will go to the line.
Well, very athletic.
Yes, she looks like a junior or senior, but she's just a freshman. She's very physical, very tall. And the first shot goes in. Second, good. It's 25-9. So 30 seconds into the second quarter. And turnover.
Turnover, that's what you want.
And it's that aggressive full-court pressure from the Lady Gators as Heidel.
And, you know, it's just about ball handling. You know, your Lady Gators right here.
Heidel makes a three.
Comes off the screen. Nice little 20-footer.
And another steal. It's 27-9, and possession back down to Heidel, and a nice pass. No good, as Heidel with a nice pass.
Well,
Number 4, Renaya Guillory.
I like the effort by the Lady Gators right there, getting that ball to the open person and hoping some positive things happen. And
you talk about one of the things you hear about in basketball is the extra pass, and they're doing a lot of that here tonight and getting open looks at the bucket, and a layup from Thornton, and it's a 20-point lead now, 29-9.
Well, you see Thornton going in on the right side, says, I think I'll just see he's over here with a little crossover and shoot a nice little underhanded, left-handed layup.
So here's Metz over to Simon. Left side. Bounce pass. Metz has it, shoots from the free throw line. No good off the glass. an offensive rebound, and they're going to call it
Jump
tie
ball.
ball. Yes, and so a jump ball possession arrow will go to the Lady Gators. And a
The
couple of
Lady
subs
Gators
coming
in white uniforms and East Ascension in the blue.
As you see, a good shot of Hallie Heidel right there, as she has gotten lots of points and lots of assists here tonight. Really nice passing, and she's going to drive, and she took an extra step. So once you say something nice about a player and how well she's been playing, she commits a turnover. I probably cursed her right there. 2 minutes into this second quarter, 20-point lead, and a steal for the Lady Gators. So Thornton, I wonder how many passes have gone to her that she has stolen herself here tonight. It's got to be 4 or 5 here tonight. As Thornton takes it out, kicks it out, and a wide open three, no good. And a push.
Comrie.
Yes, they're calling that on Comrie. The shot, no good from number 20. That's Taylor Shields. So we have the officials talking to the scoring table, and now everything is taken care of. And a pass inside, nearly stolen by Thornton again, but it's taken by Shields. Thornton created that turnover right there. And a long pass, and a shot, no good. And a rebound as a shot missed by Guillory, but a steal and a layup by Thornton. 31-9, 3 minutes into this second quarter. East Ascension trying to get some momentum here and trying to break this pressure from the Santa Maud defense.
Well, Santa Maud's in a zone here.
And you see the shot, and short, but an offensive rebound. And now 3 from Metz, scores. And that cuts the lead to 19, 31-12, 4:27 left to go in the second. So a couple of new players in. You see Anaya Wiltz for East Ascension, number 50, in the lane playing defense.
Good job there defensively by the Lady Spartans.
And a turnover as Irvin loses it. Irvin got in early foul trouble, and that's kind of storyline here as she missed most of the first quarter, and now she's coming back in to try to change the fortunes of the Lady Spartans. And number 32,
McGee.
yes, McGee checks in, and Wilkes checks out.
McGee had a nice JV game.
It was a fun JV game as the pass goes down low, and we have a whistle, and they'll be shooting 2. As I believe the foul is called on number 32, McGee. And Coleman will shoot 2. The JV game, as of the first free throw, no good. The JV game, the Lady Spartans had a 8-point lead well into the third quarter, but a late comeback by Santa Maud got them the 3-point win, 29-26. Second free throw is good, and it's a 20-point lead, 32-12. And East Ascension breaks the pressure. Irvin driving, and a foul on the defense, number 20, Shields. And it's on the floor, so Irvin will throw it in. And it's taken. And Irvin drives into the lane, puts it up on 2 defenders, and it's short, may have been blocked, no whistle. And here comes the Lady Gators. And shot down low, blocked. And a fight for the ball. I believe the block was from McGee on Connery, and we have a whistle and a timeout. And so we will keep it here for this timeout. And since we've already talked about the Lady Spartans district schedule, let's talk about the Lady Gators district schedule. They're going to be on Rev twice during district play, as you're going to have them tonight against Dutchtown, and then in a couple of games you're going to see them on the second against Dutchtown on the second, East Ascension tonight. The big game is the second and the fourth one right there. Denham on the road and Walker on the road. So that's a tough draw for the Lady Gators.
I saw Denham earlier, and one of the coaches says, I need you to look at the freshman. You know, she was a freshman last year.
Yes.
Very, very, very talented. You know, Dutchtown, you know, we already talked about, you know, what a great start they had going. And things have kind of turned in a negative way for them, but still a very good team, very good start. And it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how dominating Walker is going to be over everybody in the district.
Last year, this district was won by Santa Ma, but the Livingston Parish teams have now come into the district, and with Denham Springs and Walker, you have two very strong teams. It's going to be tough for the Lady Gators to defend that title as Metz scores for
What a shot there by Metz.
So last year they were 20-10, 5-0 in district, and right now they are looking to have a very productive season right now. And another pass down low and a basket.
Well, a good assist by Comrie to Coleman for the easy layup.
So Irvin. Now you have Taylor, and the shot no good. Rebound, Guillory. Now Heidel with the pass, and Shields driving the baseline, shot, and rode a defender with her as she's going to go to the line and shoot two as a foul to number 32.
Well, I thought Shields right there was going to have to saddle her up or whatever, because she was right over on her back, and they carried her right to the rim, shot the layup. Of course, now she's shooting two.
That's McGee with the foul. 35-14, 2:17 left to go in the second quarter. And the shot no good, and a rebound. Nearly taken away by Thornton, but Irvin drives and blocked, and it's come back for the Lady Gators as they're going down and scoring again.
If you were down on this end, Jeff, you could just say, all right, y'all got this. But every girl for the Lady Gators was down there.
Right. I believe that was a 4-on-1 fast break.
East Ascension's got to move this ball around and get some open shots like that one right there.
And Irvin nailed
4-3.
Kiara Lynn Irvin, homecoming queen. It's 37-17. When we get to the half, we'll talk about some more things in district play, and we may get a performance at halftime as well. There's a pass down low. Comrie loses it, gets it back, and we're going to have a tie ball, and I believe that's going to go to East Ascension this time. And it does. Foul situation, only 2 fouls on the Lady Gators compared to 9 for the Lady Spartans. And, of course, you have a couple of fouls on Irvin and McGee on the Lady Spartans side. And Santa Ma just drops back into half-court pressure. Going to play the zone. 1-2-2.
Coach Harvey's got Thornton at the top of the key right here, playing defense.
Inside of a minute. 20-point lead, and a possible steal goes out of bounds. And it goes off a Lady Spartan. And 3 from Thornton, no good. Offensive rebound, and a shot, good. by Renee Guillory, and it's 39-17. Coach, they average 55 points a game, and they're well on their way to surpassing that, maybe by the
shot
third.
there by the left-hander.
And now taking their time as Metz gets it. Irvin with a long three, short. Thornton rebound, and they're running. The Lady Spartans are just slower to defense. Down low. Now the three from Heidel. That's an air ball. And Irvin gets it, will shoot. And the rainbow, no good. And so we are at halftime. 39-17, Santa with the lead. And the dance team getting ready to come out, Coach, and we're going to get a performance from them, and then we'll take a break.
They're coming out right now.
But we're going to go to the court as they're getting ready to take the field, or take the court, excuse me.
You see the Gatorettes in the corner.
Right. Very impressive first half for Santa Maria. 39-17, a 22-point lead, and we talk about the defense, but the offense, especially from Thornton and Heidel, has been outstanding as here comes the team. So we'll go to them and get their performance, and then we'll take a break. So great performance, and we're going to take a break and talk about the first half and the upcoming second half and some of our future games here on Rev TV. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week, and we are about halfway through our halftime. Our score 39-17 as a big lead, 22 points for the Lady Gators over the Lady Spartans. And, of course, we're moving to the basketball portion of our season as district play begins. And let's take a look at some of our schedule for our upcoming Rev Games of the Week. And, of course, all these games will be live streamed on YouTube, and the channel you go to is Rev Sports 1. You see it right there on your screen. And, of course, these games will be replayed. You see the replay times right there, Sunday 6 a.m., Sunday 6 p.m., and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Now, as for the games, you have coming up Thursday, Friday, we have 2 games of the week as we're going to go right back to the Gold Dome for Dutchtown at Santa Ma, and then we're going to go to the Griffin Gym for Santa Ma Dutchtown boys basketball. And then on the 10th, the following week, Dutchtown at EA boys basketball. Then on Valentine's Day, Santa Ma at EA. And there's also the possibility that we go back to soccer playoffs, as several teams will be getting home games here in Ascension Parish. So once the brackets are figured out and we see who's winning and who's losing, we'll let you know which games we'll be covering for our soccer playoffs, Coach.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and this is the big thing during district play right here, is you can pick up some pretty big power rating points just because of the success most of the teams are having in the district.
Right.
So East Ascension's a little bit behind right now with an even record of, I think, 9-9. But look, if they beat a Walker team, if they beat a Santa Ma team, if they beat a Dutchtown team, these folks have very good records, and your power ranking will kind of zoom up the ladder. And East Ascension right now with 33, and you're only taking 32.
Yes, so they're very close on that power ranking. We're going to try to get the power ratings up right now, as you have the number 1 team, and then you have all these teams could potentially, all 6 of them could make the postseason as you look at it right there. Yeah. And you see East Ascension at number 33, and then all the way up top, Walker. They're ahead of Parkway, and Parkway is a powerful team with the best player in the nation, and Walker is ranked higher than them.
And, I don't know if you'll get an opportunity, but I'm going to just tell you, you can't ask for a better place to go and watch the Sweet 16 there in Southeastern. Tremendous place for the girls' championship games to be played, just like the boys over at Burton Coliseum in Lake Charles. But an outstanding, because the gym's going to be packed, outstanding place to go watch playoff girls basketball.
And so the rest of the top 5, you have Barb at 3, Zachary at 4, Mandeville at 5, then Denham and Santa Ma right there at 6 and 8. And that's going to be probably the best game, most competitive game in district play, that Denham Springs against Santa Ma game, because if you want to see some good basketball, you're going to want to check that game out. That is on the road at Denham. And then Dutchtown, they're at 12, and they've lost their top player, and we're going to see where they stand. And then you have, of course, East Ascension trying to make the postseason as well. And so the records again of Walker, they are 18-5 overall. That's the boys, excuse me. The Walker 18-5. These are the boys, and they're not playing their district play. They're going to, at this point, they're going to move on to next week. And Walker and Denham and Santa Ma
next week.
You see those 3 teams already flirting with 20 wins. And
so they're still in the non-district schedule. Santa Ma's at Glen Oaks tonight.
Right.
They were in the gym just a while ago, fixing to get on the bus head to Baton Rouge.
Now East Ascension, they're 12-11. They played a really tough schedule. They've been up and down, and they still have the potential to make some noise in this district. Dutchtown's at 10-11, and they've been kind of off and on, and they're still having some struggles to get to that 32 spot. but they still have the potential to make it through, especially in a district like this, and then Live Oak 9-13.
Yeah, and then, you know, your Santa Maria record, Coach Uzi's, like a number of years in a row, each season they've won 20 games. It looks like the same thing's going to happen this year, but I know they want to get in those playoffs and see if we could push on a little bit further.
Yes, and they have a chance. They're in the top 10 right now in the power rankings, and they're one of the favorites to finish in the top portion of the district. They've had a great season so far, and you would expect all the teams to be very competitive here, as the boys' season will be beginning very shortly as far as district goes. But we're ready for the second half, Coach, and so
you basically get starting lineups out there.
Pretty much, and it's going to be Santa Maria possession, as they're going to go from right to left now, as you see the two leaders, Thornton and Hydell. And here's Thornton trying to create something, stops her dribble, pass to the free throw line, loses it, and gets it back, and now a three, good. Taylor Shields, and it's 42-17.
Well, Shields was just sitting there in concrete at the top of that key. He says, give me the ball. I got a shot here.
Nearly stolen by Hydell. Lady Spartans maintain possession.
Lady Gators still in the zone defense. It's like a 1-3-1.
See Irvin at the top of the key, now moves around left side and shoots a three. No good, short. And you can see a jump ball, and that's going to be blue possession. So if the Lady Spartans are going to get back into it, they have to do something right now to cut into this 25-point deficit. And you see a long three from Irvin, and it's no good. Offensive rebound as that goes to Mitchell. Irvin shoots. She will go to the line as Thornton fouls her. And nobody's really in foul trouble on the Santa Maria side, as they only committed 2 fouls in the first half. Irvin was in early trouble, but she got 2 early fouls in the first minute of the game. But she's still at 2 fouls, I believe, right now, as she shoots her free throws from the left side of the line. She's almost to the left side of the arc right there, Coach. Unique style, but it works. She makes both.
And if I remember, that she was doing that last year also.
Yes. So it's 42-19. So fighting back, and a shot will go to the line.
I just, you know, I keep harping on this every time we have this basketball telecast, but, you know, if you're standing down low and you feed that ball in towards the baseline, and that's the direction that dribbler has to go, now you're under the goal. So right there, Comrie just
right.
But I will say this, every time she's been at that free throw line, she's made it happen.
Foul was committed by Aaliyah Weems, number 25, as it's 44-19, 6:42 left to go in the third. And now driving, loses it, and a turnover. And Hydell passes left side, passes up the three. Now inside. This is Comrie, and she misses. Offensive rebound, Hydell shoots, misses. Comrie rebound.
They'll get that ball to Thornton out there. He said, I'll show you how to make this three.
Right. She hadn't got her hands on the rock in this possession until now.
He's Ascension man-to-man.
As you see now, Shields to Thornton. Bounce pass. Kicks it out. Now inside. Hydell. They're just taking their time, running some clock right now. They have a big lead. But a turnover.
Good job defensively by the Lady Spartans.
As a bump, no whistle, and it's going to be blue as it goes off of Hydell as she was out of bounds. So it's kind of slowed down.
Well, they gave the ball to Hydell.
White. Thought it went off of Hydell, excuse me. Made a mistake there. I apologize to Heidel. Now Thornton pass down low to Comrie as there's a whistle and contact, and they're going to call a Lady Spartan foul on Metz, number 4. That's on the floor.
And I'm just telling you, for a 9th grader, Comrie has been on this floor numerous times, all about hustle.
And the shot good by Comrie.
Nice little inbounds play by the Lady Gators. Spartans need to get something going on here, Jeff.
Yes. Just not cutting into this lead as they kind of slowed it down on the Santa Maria side. A block on the three-pointer by Irvin, and it's stolen, but it's stolen right back, and Irvin has her hands on it, goes inside the lane, and a floater.
Nice little floater right there.
And it's 46-21. So now we have Thornton on the Santa Maria side.
She's taking a peek over here. See what Coach has to say.
Now Heidel. And the pass down low, give and go. Shot goes to the line. And that foul's on 33. That's Kennedy Mitchell. And so Comrie will go to the line. So she's stepped up her game here in the second half. She's been a focal point for the Lady Gators. Now the Lady Spartans, of course, trying to come back here. Last season, they were 12-13 overall. They were 2-3 in district, so they had a decent season last year, and they're kind of on that same trajectory right now. As we have we're going to have a substitution as Comrie, let's see, is it Comrie that has to come out, or is it?
Well, we got Coleman and Comrie.
Coleman and Comrie.
Looks like maybe a little blood.
Possibly. That's what I was
on their
thinking.
jersey, and the trainers are right there taking care of it, wiping it off.
And so the free throw coming. And this is number 12. And that's Anna Ricca. So she has a chance to get on the scoring sheet. Second free throw, good. She does. And it's 47-21.
Well, you know, this is EA Santa Maria, Jeff, or EA or Santa Maria and Dutchtown. Same thing, but you see the people over here. You can see it in the shot of our court shot right here.
As the basket goes in by Mitchell, but continue.
And you just look at all the people that have come out to watch this game on a Friday night. A lot of people on our side also with us, mainly the East Ascension people. So nice little setup here for the crowd and the Lady Gators and the Lady Spartans to play in front of a large group of folks.
Floater by Heidel, no good. Rebound, Thornton shoots, no good. Now she'll go to the line. In Santa Maria, it doesn't matter which sport you're playing in. It doesn't matter what the record is. They're coming. They're gonna show up in big numbers, and that's what you see here tonight. Of course, Coach Harvey has a lot of people excited about Lady Gator basketball these days, and you see it in the crowd right now.
Well, you've been very consistent, that's for certain.
Yes. So Thornton's first shot, no good. It's a 24-point lead. Still a comfortable lead for the Lady Gators as subs come in on both sides. And I guess the uniform issue was taken care of with the two girls as Coleman and Comrie both check in. Second shot good. 48-23. 3.5 minutes. If the Lady Spartans are going to mount a comeback, they have to start doing it at this point as
you don't see that very often,
10-second, yes.
You just do not see that very often.
The 10-second full court pressure forces another turnover.
I mean, this has just been all night long, and
Comrie saves it on an errant pass, and here's a steal. And the layup and points for Kennedy Mitchell.
Great job like there defensively by Mitchell.
They've had their moments. They kind of got in a hole early when Irvin got in foul trouble, but they have some nice players on this team, and they could be a very dangerous team for somebody down the road. Maybe not tonight unless they mount a comeback very quickly, but they have a team that can make some noise.
Well, you have 2:50 left in the third quarter, and this is sometimes a tough part of playing and coaching, is keeping your kids alert. You could see Coach Chandler's done an outstanding job. The East Ascension Lady Spartans, they haven't given up. They're working real hard on both ends of the floor.
And this is Irvin. Right baseline, kicks it back out. That's Taylor. And they try to get it down to McGee, but she can't have possession, and it's a turnover. They have good size. They have good shooters. Just not working out here tonight. 2-12, they're down 23. Very impressive performance tonight by the Lady Gators as the pass down low and points as Coleman scores again. Coleman's had a nice night here.
Boy, nice motion offense versus that man-to-man. Comrie found Coleman coming off the screen for the easy layup.
As an air ball and a rebound, as good position by Kennedy Mitchell, and she'll go to the line and shoot.
Idell's trying to rebound on that backside.
Yeah.
And Mitchell's next to her, and Heidel says, I don't think I have a chance here.
Right. East Ascension, when we talk about their team, they've scored 92 points in the game, so they can score points. And they've given up 8, so they have good defense. They gave up 8 earlier in a game against McKinley, but so they can score and they can play defense. And actually, when we talk about Santa Ma's defense, their low score of the season, they gave up 6 points to that same McKinley team. I'm guessing it's a rebuilding
in the game.
Yes. So I guess it's a rebuilding season for McKinley, Coach.
Well, their boys they had an outstanding football season, and
yes,
doing outstanding in basketball.
You see Renee Guillory with the first free throw, and it's 51-26. Sub checks in. And she'll get the rebound, and nice pass, but travels. That's the sub that just checked in, as that's Alexis Moore. As she commits a turnover. 1:35 left to go. And the pass down low, shot no good.
Good job of rebounding there by the Lady Spartans.
Good job by number 14, Taylor.
Well, 3 of them all around that goal. Couldn't help but to get it. Nice putting the ball back in the hole.
51-28. This is Ricka. Tries to get it down low, and a fight, and a whistle, and a jump ball, and it's Lady Gator possession. So 1:07 remaining in this third quarter. Pretty much where we were as far as deficit at the half, as it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be East Ascension possession.
You have a few starters out on both sides.
Right. Thornton not on the court right now. Idell still on the court. You see a couple of starters on their side. Coleman. Of course, Irvin, as long as she's not in foul trouble, she's probably staying on the court. And a nice pass down low and a whistle, and they're going to shoot 2. As foul committed by 14. That's Moore.
Alexa Moore, just a junior.
And Mitchell, who's had a nice third quarter, had a nice game here tonight, is going to go to the line and shoot. She's short on the first one. Second free throw coming. And it's good, so it's 51-29. This is Ricka, stops on the baseline, and a three, good, as Renee Guillory gets the three-pointer, and every time it looks like East Ascension's gaining momentum, Santa Maria answers. And a shot on the baseline, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Another offensive rebound, points for McGee.
McGee, nice job with that offensive board.
Full court pressure by East Ascension. They get through it, and the pass, a fight, and a little contact and a little rough. And they're going to call jump ball and blue possession.
Boy, nice hustle by both teams.
Yes. Nothing malicious right there. Just this is East Ascension playing hard and trying to get back in this game.
You might want to get on them right here with 8 seconds left.
And so Irvin hustling down court at the free throw line, stops, jumps, and misses. And the quarter will end in our score 54-31. Santa Maria leads East Ascension. We're going to keep it here. And let's talk about the teams coming up on Rev Sports. As first, let's look at the upcoming games for East Ascension coming up on Rev TV, as they got a couple of games left in this fall season.
But on the 10th,
10th
you have Dutchtown going to East Ascension. And, you might want to just tell people that, they're redoing East Ascension High School completely except for the gym. So
yes,
you have to enter through the back gym in order to come to a game. Their hallway and all that's been completely destroyed. And you have that entrance only to get into that gym.
As far as Santa Maria's upcoming games on Rev TV, they have 3 games left in the winter season. Dutchtown at Santa Maria on the 2nd, Santa Maria Dutchtown on the 3rd, girls and boys basketball, then boys basketball, Santa Maria at EA on the 14th. All these games, once again, will be live streamed on YouTube, Rev Sports 1, and then they'll be replayed during the week on Rev Sports 4.
You see a little motion offense.
Got a score from district play. Denham beats Live Oak 71-37. As the shot by Nia Guillory is in.
Nice job by Guillory. She might say, I'm the best left-hander on this team.
So, blocking foul. That's called on number 20 for the Lady Gators. Shields, as you have an injury, I believe that's Kiara-Lynn Irvin. She's on the floor. And we'll keep it here during the timeout, as you see Coach Harvey still talking it over with her players. And there's 7:25 left to go in this game, and they're up 25, but she's still coaching like it's a tie score.
Well, this is not your JV team. These are kids. You have a couple of starters out there. I wouldn't say Comrie, even though she is a starter. She's just a freshman and needs a great deal more experience if you're going to play on the varsity level.
And right now it looks like both Santa Maria and Denham Springs will get the wins, and those are 2 of the top 3 teams in terms of power rankings in this district. So 2 of the top 3 teams look like they're going to win their district opener. We have not heard anything from Walker at Dutchtown at this point.
You know anybody at Dutchtown?
A few people. And but Coach Delry has done a great job with that team, because I can remember when he started out, we had a girls' game here at the Gold Dome, and Dutchtown got beat by a lot of points. I'll just say that, and that was his first season here at the school. And the next season, he got to the playoffs, and next thing you know, he was playing against Santa Maria in the Gold Dome in the playoffs. They had the lead at halftime, but a big comeback for.
That was a good game.
Yes, for the Lady Gators. The Lady Gators had a great season last year as they won that playoff game against Dutchtown. And then in the second round, they played West Monroe, and we had covered that game too. And they had that big player in the middle that they just didn't have an answer to.
Impressive.
Yes, but they played strong, and they're trying to. I guess their next goal would be to get to the quarterfinals, and right now they're in the top 8 in the power rankings. So they're right on the cusp of that as they're trying to advance every season and get better and better as the season goes.
Well, Coach Harvey's had to rely on Thornton, but she was a freshman and a sophomore, and now she's a senior. You could see, everyone, training staff, coaches.
And you see that's Kiera Lynn Irvin, and she's
Lee's
such
out
a competitor. And she's an all-around scholar athlete for this team. She was the homecoming queen, as we said several times here tonight, and she's the leader on this East Ascension team. And I interviewed her at the second half of the homecoming game, and she was a very friendly, very nice person to interview, and I really enjoyed that, and I just wish her the best, and I hope that it's not a serious injury out there. But we're back to basketball, as we still have almost an entire fourth quarter to play. Mets with the 3 short. Offensive rebound, no good. Put back, no good. And Comrie gets it stripped. And now we have a whistle and a reach-in as Metz commits the foul.
Foul on number 4 for East Ascension.
And full court press from East Ascension, and they get through, and the layup. But before that, we have a whistle and a foul on the floor from Comrie. And so the basket will not count. It remains a 25-point lead. And so the shot no good, and here comes Santa Maria again and loses it out of bounds, but they're going to say it went off a Lady Spartan defender, so they'll maintain possession. Talking about Irvin, that homecoming game, that was such a memorable game for East Ascension as she was crowned homecoming queen, and the boys were playing Denham, and they had that improbable comeback where they scored 2 touchdowns in the final couple of minutes of that game to come back and beat them, and that eventually earned them a share of the district title in football. So that was a fun night altogether. That was a hard night for me. I was broadcasting that game by myself. I believe you were over at the at another game, I think the Dutchtown game. As a turnover again. And possession for the Lady Gators.
Yeah, this might be a little survival mode for both teams right here.
Right.
Trying to get rid of turnovers, trying to score right here. Nice shot there by Harvey. Not by Harvey, by Thornton.
Yeah.
I think Harvey's coaching
Coleman.
the
Yes.
team.
Yes, she is. Yeah, and I'm sure that East Ascension is really affected by their leader's injury, as not only you kind of phased by that, of course. That there's no way that's not going to phase you, but you're also losing your leader
And Ricka comes into the game, number 12.
And Santa Monica just kind of trying to finish out this win here and make sure that they play good defense and don't allow EA to come back. And you have the whistle, and it's going to count. And the block, oh, no, it's not. They call the basket. It's going to count. So the foul, the basket, they may have called. You hear some of the fans on the
it's basically a blocking foul call.
Yes. The foul was called apparently against Guillory. Both sides have a number 4, but number 4 Mets was not anywhere near that.
Well,
Mitchell will go to the line.
The signal needs to be a little bit more precise.
Right.
I
saw her indicate that the shot was good right away.
Which looks almost like a charge signal.
Yes.
Which I'm not real certain that's a charge signal when you do that fist going forward. Let's change.
You usually put your hand behind your head to indicate that. And there's a whistle and a foul as Mitchell will commit the foul. It's 7-7, dead even, and 1-1 for the rest of the night. And Thornton will shoot 2. She's had a great game tonight. And first shot, no good, and I believe we're going to get an over-the-back call against Coleman.
Yeah, we got 1-1 on both sides.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Hydell, especially in that first quarter, and Thornton having a great all-around game like she always does. But it's been a good team effort from the entire starting lineup for Santa Monica here tonight.
I think there's been a lot of assists out there, Jeff.
Yes. They're a very good passing team.
All the Lady Gators.
First free throw, no good. And that was from Weems. And another foul. And the officials will talk it over.
Well, maybe somebody had something else.
Not quite sure what they're talking about. But there's been a bit of confusion here since the injury. Things have kind of, the play has kind of been choppier, and the officials have been a little unsure.
Excuse me, Jeff, but you don't need this right here. Some official needs to be staying back with the kids in the free throw lane. Intentional foul.
Yes. And so she'll get the shots and the possession.
Not real certain about that call.
And it goes in off of about 2 or 3 bounces as Taylor scores the first bucket, or first free throw, excuse me.
And if that's on Thornton, then that'll be a personal foul also.
Yes. She may not be in much longer.
Might be.
So now it'll be Lady Spartan possession and passes on the 3. And it's deflected off of Thornton. Blue possession. 5:11 left to go in this game. And they'll just move it further down and throw it in. And there's a 3 off the glass, no good, and an offensive rebound, and the shot no good, and Thornton rebounds. And they're going to drive, and the foul should go to the line on the 1-and-1. That's Mitchell. So it's been pretty much in the low 20s, this score, since about the end of the first half. And it's been in that low 20s range the entire rest of the night as the next first free throw is in.
Well, both teams are nearing the bonus shot, which is a two-shot foul, which
it's good.
Basically the Spartans
right.
Get that
the Spartans will get that double bonus right on the next foul. And a shot, good, nothing but net.
And
that's Aaliyah Taylor. And 60-36. So the foul situation, 9 fouls for the Lady Gators, so double bonus for EA, 8 fouls for EA, so 2 fouls away from the double bonus. And a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, stolen, and it's in.
Boy, Coleman, outstanding job right there. Being on the other side of that shot. Nice reach for the rebound and putting it back in.
So this is Taylor trying to get it down low. She gets the deflection and it goes in, and again points. So since we've had the injury to Kiara Lynn Irvin, it's been Aaliyah Taylor that's been leading the way for the Lady Spartans, and it's 62-38. And again, if you want to look at the power rankings, let's look at the power rankings again and talk about what's been going on here in the district. And this game for East Ascension, it's not going to hurt them very badly because you're playing the number 8 team in the state. But looking at Denham Springs and Santa Maria, 6-8, and both of them, well, Denham Springs has already won. Santa Maria looks like they're going to win, so probably not much change in that area. You just see a little bit of fluctuation.
Well, you're going to get points when you lose to some of these teams with 20-plus wins.
Right. And there's a 3, in and out. And put back by Comrie.
Well, the freshman says, I can handle this rock after getting an offensive rebound.
And getting it down to Thornton and the layup. And getting a little bit more distance now as we're getting into the high 20s on the lead, 66-38. And so it's going to look like a win and another easy bucket. And it's a 30-point lead. And so Santa Maria hits that 30-point lead spot. They've only lost back-to-back games twice this season in their 5 losses as the shot goes in. And that's Mitchell again. She's had a nice night. 5 losses for the Lady Gators as a fight for the ball. And they lost 2 in a row back in early December, but everything else has been 1 loss and then comes back and wins the next game. They lost back-to-back to Lafayette and Lafayette Christian. Their losses this season are to Vanderbilt Catholic in game 1, then Lafayette and Lafayette Christian, then John Curtis, and then French Settlement. And French Settlement's a good team. They beat a good Dutchtown team as well. First free throw. Fight for the rebound. This would be Santa Maria's 6th straight win.
There you have Coleman and you have Bentz.
And back to the Lady Gators and a 3 from Heidel. Nothing but net.
I'm not sure if Heidel has a score this half, but that was an automatic in the first half, and she just carries it through to the second half.
And another turnover. As it's a 31-point lead, but still hurrying, and they're going to go to the line and shoot 3 as Taylor commits the foul. A little bit of frustration. And Shields will go to the line and shoot 3.
2:02 left in the game.
And so the first free throw was no good. Like I said, it's been hovering in that low 20s for about quarter and a half. And then after the injury, you see the Lady Gators extending their lead as the next free throw, and the starters are now out of the game except for Heidel. You see Ricka checking back in. You see 35, Krya Bake, one of the seniors that we talked about earlier.
And I would think Heidel's in there for one reason. Get that ball down the floor.
Yeah. Alexis Moore also checks in. And then you see Anaya Wiltz for East Ascension coming in the game. It's 72-40. And the shot, no good. Rebound. Jump ball. White possession.
And it's going to be pressure by the Lady Spartans.
East Ascension trying to keep this game respectable. They have not quit. They still play hard. And the shot no good. That was Moore, and now here comes Kennedy Mitchell for the Lady Spartans. And tries to get it down low, and I think that went off of Bake. And now a couple of more substitutions come in. So this might be the end for Heidel. As it is.
A nice hand by the Spartan crowd.
Yeah, as Shields also checks out as a shot, no good. And number 5 and 23 will just check in. Sierra Smith is 5. And Kylan Sabalos Rivera for number 23. So now we're down to 110. Just kind of playing out the string here. Shot no good. And a whistle. And I think they called the foul on McGee.
Going to be a 2-shot foul, double bonus.
So Santa Maria is going to improve to 21-5 and 1-0 in district. East Ascension is going to drop to 9-10 and 0-1 in district. There's still plenty of time for East Ascension to make a run into that top 32. And this, as we said, this loss, you're going to get a lot of power ratings points for this. And the rebound goes to Metz. So we're inside of a minute. So you see Mitchell right there. Now Metz on the left side, back to Mitchell. Kicks it out, and this is a 2 off the glass from Simon, no good. And just taking their time now, just kind of running clock. Metz to Simon. Now Simon will get to the perimeter, kick it out. This is Mitchell. So 15 seconds, so we're pretty much wrapping this up. Pass down low, out of bounds, stays with the Lady Spartans. So 10 seconds left, Coach. We're going to go to a wrap-up and talk about that afterwards, but it looks like a nice win so far for the Lady Gators. We'll pick that up as rebound, 4 seconds left, and just waiting. Foul committed by 30, Paris Simon, and so a couple of free throws coming before the final whistle. And so this is Krya Bake trying to get on the scoring sheet. One of the 5 seniors.
2 free throws to.
As you have Heidel, Ricka, Thornton, Sheets, and Bake, the 5 seniors for Santa Maria. And then the 3 seniors, Metz, Irvin, and Simon. And again, we wish the best for Kiara Lynn Irvin, who had a injury earlier today. And the final shot, and it is late after the whistle, so it will not count. So our final score, 74-40, big win for Santa Maria over East Ascension. We're going to take a break and wrap things up. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week. We're back. The Gold Dome, a successful win for the Lady Gators on their home court as they defeat East Ascension 73-40. Jeff Porsche and David Swack wrapping things up. Well, David Swacker, I keep calling you Coach Swack, I guess I should say. So, nice win for the Lady Gators. What do you see that impressed you?
Well, the first thing that I would say, hats off to both teams, both coaches and everything. My big concern is, Carolyn Irvin, as you said, homecoming queen, looks like she had an injury out there, and hopefully all is well for her and able to get back played quickly. Well, basically what I'm looking at is the Lady Gators are for real.
Absolutely.
And I just think as time goes on, everybody on that team has a role, and they do an outstanding job. A lot of assists tonight, a lot of nice shots being made. I think Comrie in the middle is only going to get better and better as time goes on right there. On the other side of this, the Lady Spartans, still have talented girls out there. They need to keep working to get better, and hopefully they'll be able to slip into those playoffs at the end of the year.
So as we look at our schedule coming up, we're going to see Santa Maria again next week. That's going to be Thursday night, back to the Gold Dome. We've got a lot of Santa Maria home games lately in this soccer and basketball season. That's kind of how the schedule just worked out. But the Dutchtown Santa Maria girls basketball, we'll see how Dutchtown does. That's our first look at the Lady Griffins this season. On Friday, Santa Maria at Dutchtown. That's going to be our first look at the Gators boys team as they're going to play over at the Griffin Gym. And then next Friday, Dutchtown at East Ascension and Santa Maria at EA boys basketball, those two. And again, these games live streamed on Rev Sports 1 on YouTube. The replays will be on Rev Channel 4. And we'll let you know when we get some information about potential boys and girls soccer playoff matchups. So we'll find out if that's going to happen and if that will be on our air waves. And when that happens, we will let you know. So stay tuned for that as well as we get to the second half of our winter sports season. So, Coach, it was a pleasure. I'll see you next week.
I'll be here.
All right, so for Coach Swack, I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching Rev Game of the Week.